nerf this.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have a chance, check out the details below my videos. I've got a lot of good resources for you in there. I got a link to my Discord server if you want to hang out with me. I always answer a lot of questions on there. I got links to WHF's recruiting Discord server if you're interested in joining the WHF family. I got links to WHF's live streamers. If you want to see some WHF Family Wars live, go ahead and give our live streamers a follow. You'll get notified when they're streaming and you can hop on and see this action as it's happening live. So with that, let's get into this video. It's going to be another Town Hall 10 base identification video, and I got 4 hits for you out of WHF2. We're going to go over why these hits were a good choice for these bases. What are they seeing that's making them choose to do this attack, all right? And first, we're going to start out with JoshC's cleanup hit on number 19. So first of all, it's a cleanup hit, so he knows what's in the CC. That's the only reason you're sending in a wrecker entry. You know it's not a Houndloon. You're going to get good value out of your king, you know, your wrecker, and your queen as well, since it's not a hound in that CC. Now, I chose this one. It's pretty interesting. A lot of times we're going in for a wrecker Lalo entry. The queen is one of the targets, but you don't have to get the queen to do a successful Lalo. It helps, sure, but you don't have to. Like if you're doing a hog hit, you have to get the queen. There's nothing about a hog attack that can kill the queen. On a Lalo attack, you know, you're using rages anyways for your loons, so if you can catch some skelly spells, you know, usually 1, but sometimes 2 if you want to be safe, as JoshC's showing us here. If you catch those skelly spells inside a rage, and they do a really good job of killing the queen, along with, you know, a lot of times lava pups help out killing that queen as well. So what he's seeing here, he does not plan on getting this enemy queen because he's going to send a wrecker entry right in over here. And I know he didn't plan on getting the queen because he's got 2 skelly spells in his composition. The only reason you really bring those for a queen kill. Sometimes distraction, but almost always it's for a queen kill. So why is he gonna do this attack if he's not gonna get the queen? Because he's gonna get a ton of other value on this entry that's gonna really benefit the Lalo. First of all, yeah, you got a bunch of point defenses in here, including a bunch of archer towers, but the important thing is you're getting 2 air defenses, 2 wizard towers, and access to both of the sweepers. Now, you don't have to get both the sweepers down, but if you can get one of these sweepers down, then you can start your Lalo on the side that's coming in from behind the other sweeper, and it's really not going to affect your Lalo at all. So if you can get all this value in one of those sweepers plus the enemy CC, you got a really nice Lalo left over. Look at this pathing. First of all, the ADs are set right behind the wizard tower, so you send a hound in on top of that air defense, and the wizard towers are not going to touch your loons, not even close. All these defenses on the entry here are perfectly tanked by a hound sitting on this air defense. So that's beautiful, beautiful tanking for your loons, and really good pathing too. We got wizard tower to this to this right here, and then from the expo they're going to come in and take out this inferno if it's still there. You know, you do have an enemy queen you got to deal with, but if you get down to rage with some skelly spells, be patient, make sure she's done jumping over walls chasing troops, then you're going to get that queen kill no problem. So a really nice easy Lalo left over if this kill squad gets some decent value. So let's see how Josh pulls this one off. Like we said, he's going to send in that wrecker entry right there. Gets the wrecker down, followed by 2 wizards on one side and a wizard and a baby dragon on the other side to get that funnel established. Those heroes definitely go into the base. Goes ahead and waits until that wall wrecker's got the wall opened up to send the king in. Doesn't want to risk having him walk. And uses that freeze right there just to make sure that that wall wrecker is able to get that second layer wall break right there. Because if he doesn't get that second layer wall break, he's in trouble. But he does. He uses that freeze. Probably planned on using it for an inferno, but makes a good audible there just to make sure that wall wrecker gets into that second layer. So heroes are going kind of crazy at this point. King's stuck on a wall, but he's still doing a little bit of tanking for the queen. And she's going to reach over. She's gotten, just like we talked about, all that value we talked about more. And now she's going to reach over and get the Inferno as well. And she's going to reach over and grab the enemy queen too. He didn't plan on this, but I guarantee you he was real happy when he saw it. Huge value on that kill squad, but once again, even without killing that enemy queen, he would have had plenty to get it done anyways. So it has hounds and loons coming in. Once again, the location for those where those hounds were sitting on those air defenses, really tanking those defenses beautifully. The second hound, of course, is going to be dead before the loons make it in there, but that's all right. He's got plenty of spells to get through this section. Tons of loons left up. Goes ahead and uses the rage, and then he's gonna look at those back end loons, distracting that wizard tower. He still has those 2 scaly spells, remember, didn't end up needing them for the queen kill. So what do? Just swag him? I mean, I guess you could if you want, but he goes ahead and sets him down on this air defense, and that's, you know, not only gonna get some damage down the air defense, but also it gives another little bit of tanking in there. Sometimes you can tank a wizard tower for a little bit with this extra scaly spell and keep its attention off those loons for longer. Look how many loons he's got left. I don't know, they're grouped up, so it's hard to tell, but I guarantee he's got somewhere between 15 and 20 loons left there. Lots of loons left on this. Once again, even if he wouldn't have got the queen kill, which I don't think he planned on getting, he still would have been able to wreck this base. I do believe that. So beautiful job identifying this base. Even though he didn't think he was going to get the queen, he was going to get a ton of other value, and you know, had confidence that he could take out the rest of this base, even with a queen kill in there as well. So really good job identifying all that value on that wrecker entry from JoshC there. Next, we're going to take a look at Raphael's hit on number 25. He's going to bring a Queen Walk minor hit, and this is not a Hound CC. We're going to stop right here. What do you see on this base? I don't know. I'd start looking at attacks and stuff like that, but if you go ahead and click this, oh man, it's not going to give me the scout view because we're in a replay. Let's play it. There we go. Look at this hole. Look at that freaking hole right there. Raphael sees that, and you know, sometimes we've all seen holes in bases. Even sometimes on the competitive level, somebody just screws up and leaves a hole in their base. It happens. But sometimes I'm not really sure how to take advantage of that. You know, sometimes I'm not really seeing a good way to take advantage of that. So Raphael gives us a really good example here. He's just going to use it to pull that enemy CC. Has like 4 barbarians, gonna trickle him in there, and until he's sure. He's counting those CC troops as they come out. He knows how much space it has, and once he sees 2 witches, a baby dragon, and an archer, he knows that that's 35. He's got the whole CC pull. So, but he did have even more barbarians, just in case he didn't get that full pull. So he uses a Queen Walk up top and 2 poisons to get that CC taken care of. Why 2 poisons? He elected to use the second one back a little bit to make sure he caught that witch. Remember, his queen only has 2 healers on this hit. Why did he only bring 2 healers, Corey? Well, because he's charging his queen into a section that's covered by a single target inferno. So even if you bring 4 or 5 healers, by the time she pops her ability, and you know, she's probably still going to get targeted by that single target inferno because it's far enough back where she can't reach it. So why are you going to use more healers on a queen walk when she's just going to die anyway? So he only commits 2 healers to it. With that, he managed to get the CC kill. He's going to get some nice funneling done on this side of the base by popping her ability as well. Going to get that wizard tower taken out and really limit the area of that entry. She's going to reach over and get another Tesla as well. So once again, pretty standard for a minor hit. He uses his king on the other side to go ahead and funnel those outside buildings, trying to keep all those miners focused on the inside of the base, taking out those defenses under heals and rages. Goes ahead and pops his king to get through the enemy king. Sometimes you got to pop your king just to get him to funnel faster, because if he goes too slow, a big group of those miners can duck out of that base, and you just lose a lot of that firepower inside the base on those defenses where you want them. So as those last 2 heals down, one section covering a wizard tower and inferno tower right there, really a no-brainer heal, and the other one covering an area where they were just getting hammered by like 5 or 6 point defenses from the outside. Look at the value he's getting from those 2 healers. So even though the queen died to that single target inferno like we're talking about, they're still in there doing some work. Go ahead and healing up some of those miners. Well, now it's only on 1 miner, but you know, I guarantee you every time it targets a nice little group of miners there and gives them some more HP, that's a huge boost. It's one of the benefits of using a queen walk miner attack or a queen walk hog attack. Even after your queen dies, sometimes you can still get some really good value out of those healers from a transfer to those ground troops. So with that, we'll go ahead and speed through the rest of it because he's got a ton of miners left. This base is wrecked. Here, how many miners is that? I don't know. It was a lot of miners. 15, 20 maybe. Tons of miners left over. Really good job taking advantage of the hole in that base, you know, to get that CC pull and using miners to get the rest of that base taken out. So now we've got Sinister's Bowler Witch attack on 27. We're actually going to show Sinister's 6-pack. Just so happened that he showed us some really good examples of base identification. So take a look at this. Once again, all these hits I'm showing are cleanup hits. So they knew. They had more information. They knew it was in the CC. They knew where the Teslas were. He's going to show that right here. He's going to put down a few giants ahead of time on this wicked little Tesla farm, followed by bowlers and witches. So those giants tank while the bowlers and witches get it taken out. So aside from the Tesla farm that he knew about, what else are we seeing on this base? First of all, we got nice square sides. Nice flat sides, really good to run groups of bowlers and witches down. They're not going to get caught. They're not going to get distracted. Usually they're just going to run down those straight sides. Look at this guy's compartment down the middle. One huge compartment giving access to the middle of this base. Crazy. So if you can just break into this compartment, your bowlers, witches, heroes have a nice little path that can access the entire base from in there. So not great base building here, but good base identification from Sinister. So this guy is running multi-target Infernos, and that can be really dangerous for bowler witch attacks because their ranges are huge now. They're doing some more damage, so they can really wear through a group of bowlers and witches. Remember, they target 5 targets at once, each one of them. So even if you have a golem and a king tanking out in front, that's only soaking up 2 of those 5 rays, or in this case, 2 of those 10 rays that are doing damage. So they can do a ton of damage to your bowlers and witches. So he sees that, and he goes ahead and accounts for that by bringing extra freezes. Probably could have brought an extra heal to account for that as well, but he chooses to use freezes in this circumstance to really get him frozen for certain periods of time until his kill squad can push through those. Also, another thing makes this great for bowler witch, we don't have a lot of splash damage on the edges. You see that wizard tower barely reaches outside of that wall, and mortar, and not as big a deal as wizard towers and bomb towers for the most part are tucked inside this base. You got one on the back end here. Back end, it's not a big deal. Plus, it's only one, not a huge deal. So, really good job identifying that bowler witch is going to work on this base as well. And son of a gun, this guy had holes in his base too. So, probably plenty of options to take out this one. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit. We'll go ×2 here. Once again, breaking into that middle compartment. Going to get that enemy CC taken out with poison just fine. And sure enough, those freezes are going to come down on those multi-target Infernos. Able to use combination of rages and heals to get through that section without losing all of his bowlers and witches. Look at that. That wall wrecker was still going at the end of the base there. He's got a P.E.K.K.A. and 2 giants that pop out. A little bit of extra tanking in there. Also, that P.E.K.K.A. does a great job of cutting through those walls as well. So, this base is wrecked. Really nothing left. Got a full health queen. Got a P.E.K.K.A. and giants running around tanking. Not even close. Just crushes this base. So, good job identifying a great option for bowler witch there. A lot of times, multi-target Inferno is going to maybe make you think, maybe not. But he does a good job compensating with that, with those freeze spells, accounting for those multi-target Infernos. Of course, with the heal in there as well to help. So, now we're going to take a look at his Soui Lalo hit on number 22. What's going to make this good option for Soui Lalo? First of all, it's cleanup hit, like I told you. So he knows that there's a hound and a loon in the CC. Also, we're going to take a look at these sweepers facing that way. Kind of facing up that way. But, we're not going to be, like, directly fighting sweepers for most of this raid. Not even close. So he knows there's a hound loon in the CC. So he's going to try to just not deal with that hound. So he's going to bring down heroes to take out some of these defenses that this queen can target from the outside. And then he's just going to bring in a really, really heavy Lalo. So he is going to have to end on a pretty dangerous section here. We got the enemy queen he's got to end on. We got 4 wizard towers he's got to end on. But if you look at the way these air defenses are set back in on this entry, they're going to be able to do a lot of really good tanking for those loons at the start. Also, we got nothing but cannons at the start. So the loons aren't even really going to start taking damage until the core of that base. And if you still got most of your spells left at that point with, 25 loons? Wow, even more, because he's got max loons inside of the blimp as well. So you add another 7 of that, and with like 31 loons he's got on this raid. Not going to start really taking any damage until the core of the base. So he's going to have enough spells and tons of loons, even a hound or 2 left up as well. He's just going to absolutely wreck the back end of this base, accounting for those wizard towers with a heal, accounting for the queen with combinations of rages and a skelly spell as well. So, like I said, if you look, those loons are not taking much damage. A little bit of the ones up at top are, but those are the only ones really taking that much damage at this point. Sends in that blimp just to kind of take out another section of that base. You see how he shaped it here. He's really only got a few defenses left coming into this last path. Sure, he's got to fight a sweeper. He's got to end on wizard towers, but he's got a ton of loons left up. He's got a rage leading him in. He's still got a rage, heal, haste, and a skelly spell left up. So you're coming to that last section with that many spells and that many loons. You're going to be able to overpower it, definitely. So, got that Skelly spell down on that queen inside that rage right there. Beautiful Skelly kill. Still has 2 hounds up, sitting there tanking that last wizard tower. Getting hit by that single target, which is great, because that's going to cause at least one of them to pop. Oh, so clutch. That second hound pops as well, right before the loons take out those last defenses. Look how many pups he's got left on the board. Crushes this base. You know, I don't know. If I would have looked at it, I might not have thought Lalo right away, you know, definitely. But Sinister looked at it and saw some serious weaknesses, you know, with the front half of this base. It just allowed him to really overwhelm the last half of it, you know, and coupled with the Hound and the CC, if you can not deal with that Hound on your air attack, obviously on this one, he did end up having to deal with it. He had minions pop it, so luckily he had more than enough minions and pup to get it dealt with, but he could have just as easily brought an archer to kind of try and lure it out to the side. But once again, once you're doing a Skelly queen kill, you know, those Skellies are going to lure it back in as well. So, you know, kind of got to rely on a little bit of luck there, that you're going to have enough minions and pups left to deal with that Hound. But when you're bringing in that heavy of a Lalo with that many Hounds and that many loons, usually you're going to be able to get it taken care of no problem, which he does on this one. So, you know, like I said, probably not an attack I would have seen for this base, but he does a really good job identifying that the first half of that base is so easy. He's going to be able to, absolutely just crush the last half of that base with so many hounds and loons and spells left over. Really good job identifying that by Sinister. So I hope you guys liked the video. Definitely try and get a wide variety of attacks in on these base identification videos. And, you know, I just hope that you're able to take some of these things these guys are seeing and incorporate it into your attacks. I know the more that I look at these, it always gives me ideas to use on my hits as well. So hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Nerf this!